Adam, what are employee severance agreements, and when should you use them?
So, employment severance agreements are contracts between employers and their employees at the time or following an employee's departure from the company. So it's an agreement which symbolizes the end of the relationship, and usually the employer provides some level of compensation for the departing employee, and the employee considers that severance or additional money that that employee is not ordinarily entitled to. So it's some additional consideration to the departing employee. And the things that companies should be thinking about are, number one, what are the material, just like any contract, what are the material terms? What is the company paying to its employee? What is the employee giving up in exchange for that? Because it is a contract. And normally speaking, companies include things like a general release and a waiver, which means that the employee cannot come back and sue the company for most things.
What are some situations where you put one of these severance agreements in place?
So when you're letting an employee go, perhaps as part of a reduction in force, and then you have sort of like a uniform policy and a formula for how you're paying out severance to your employees as part of the reduction in force. So that's one common area. Another one is if you have a little bit of fear on the employer side that the employee may come back and sue for whatever reason, and you want to avoid the potential of that lawsuit, then a severance agreement is an option for a company to pay the employee a sum of money in exchange for the employee giving up his or her rights to sue the company. And then another area that companies explore severance agreements are, if an employee has done a good job for the company and things just for whatever reason didn't work out, maybe they had to eliminate one position, or for other reasons, let's say financial reasons. That could be a situation where, as a nicety, not necessarily to reap the benefits of the waiver and release, but more so as a parting gift, a company can offer severance to an employee under that situation. So the key for employers when you're preparing these documents is, just like you prepare any other contract, you need to carve out the material terms. What are you paying? When are you paying it? Are there certain mandated review requirements by law based on, let's say, the employee's age that you need to incorporate into the agreement? How expansive can the release be, which may differ from state to state? What are some other terms that you want included in there? In other words, do you want to make the agreement confidential so that others don't know about what it is that you're being offered and what's being exchanged? And then maybe you want to cross-reference any post-separation obligations that the employee may have, so that that serves as a reminder that the employee, let's say pursuant to an employment agreement, maybe has like a non-solicitation or a non-compete requirement, and those provisions are still intact, and you're cross-referencing that in the actual severance agreement itself. So it's a parting agreement. It usually includes a sum of money. It usually includes a release and waiver on the employee side. And it's typically done as part of a reduction in force or a termination, let's say, where there's a little bit of fear of a lawsuit, or, like I said before, as a parting gift to a longtime employee that's done a good job, but perhaps things just didn't work out.